Who are you?
I'm Robin, the founder of Lifehoney.
Tell us, what's your story?
When I was 23 years old, I was full of angst with what to do with myself. I had gotten a degree in cultural anthropology and massage therapy. And I'm like, okay, how do those two go together? So I have this dream. And in the dream, there's literal honey dripping down from the sky. And I'm gulping that stuff up, drinking it in. And this female voice comes into my dreamscape and says, hey, Robin, teach this. Teach the sweetness in life.
What is Lifehoney?
Lifehoney is the sweetness that can be found in all things. And Lifehoney, my company, basically packages that sweetness up into beautiful wellness gifts.
Who is Lifehoney for?
Lifehoney is for anyone who's going through big transitions in life and wanting to bring more sweetness into those life moments. I like to say, you've heard the phrase that when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I say when life gives you change, make Lifehoney.
How does Lifehoney help its celebrants?
In the Western world, in America, we are seeing a rise in anxiety and depression, and that is resulting in symptoms like insomnia, obesity, poor choice making. And essentially, I've come in with Lifehoney with an idea of how can we learn from our ancient ancestors around the world who have found a way to take the hard changes in life that are constantly hitting us and creating things like rites of passage. And so Lifehoney is literally a rite of passage in a box.
How is Lifehoney more than a lifestyle brand?
I consider us a life event brand. So we're targeting those transitional moments in life, be it a new baby or a marriage, be it a loss of somebody that we care deeply about. And we're providing not only a beautiful gift kit, but an actual experience to go along with the gift kit. So each of our products comes with an online mindfulness course that I teach that really helps people deal with whatever it is that their changes, that they're being hit with in life, both positive and negative change, and letting it be an event or a moment that through our gift kit, through our online course, it's not just a product, but it's an experience.
What is Kintsugi?
I'm guessing that you're asking that question because we just launched our first kit at Lifehoney, the Japanese Kintsugi kit for new beginnings. Right, so Kintsugi is from the 15th century. The Japanese, instead of discarding broken pieces of pottery, they would pick them up and glue the seams together with gold as a way of seeing that, even the broken can be beautiful and possibly even more beautiful than before it was broken. It comes from an ancient philosophy called wabi-sabi, also Japanese in nature, that looks at all of life from new life to decay, so birth to death, and says this is all equally beautiful.
How does Kintsugi help people?
Well, think about it. If we feel that we're broken, if we feel that we've had a trauma or an impact of change in our family or our relationships, in our body or in our mind, we want to know that we can come back together again. We want to know that that is not a forever life sentence, but instead that we could become, just like Kintsugi, more beautiful because we were broken, more beautiful because we weathered change.
What are the different ways that you can use your Kintsugi kit?
So we have 5 courses that come with this Japanese Kintsugi kit for new beginnings. So the first course is our Lovers Kintsugi course for newlyweds. We have a Family Kintsugi course for family restructuring. We have a Healing Kintsugi course for becoming well, a Loss Kintsugi course for processing death, and a Growth Kintsugi course for reinventing yourself.
What is your personal Kintsugi experience?
What isn't a Kintsugi experience? At least that's the way I see it. I look back at my life and every time that there's been a change, there's been a little bit of a break. And I have felt very strongly that I either in those moments made a choice to break down or break open. And I think the one that's most foundational for me in terms of change and break was when I was 4.5 years old and my parents got a divorce. And they split, and so did I. And I remember my first grade teachers had me actually leave my school and go to a special ed school, and I gained a lot of weight. I was picked last on the PE teams. I was kind of just a big bloated mucus thing, very sad inside. And, I think when a break like that happens that young, we carry that for the rest of our lives as an opportunity to either be broken down or broken open. And I feel like to this day, I'm still filling those cracks with gold. And the gold is really the gold of being gentle with myself, of loving into the places that at such a young age, I just didn't know how to deal with that kind of an intense trauma. But Kintsugi is where I go in my mind and my heart when I struggle with things like self-worth or intelligence or my body.
What's next for Lifehoney after Kintsugi?
I would say I'm thinking seasonal changes is what we will work with. And if anybody knows about seasonal changes, it's the Norwegians. So I'm thinking a Norwegian hygge kit for a cozy home. And hygge is a philosophy in Norway that essentially creates a cozy home. So even when they're in the darkest, longest winters, they have beautiful furry places and lighting and soaps and teas that bring a sense of coziness. And I'd love Lifehoney to be able to package that in a kit for our customers, as well as, of course, the opportunity to have a mindfulness course that allows them to make Lifehoney out of the change that life brings them, in this case, seasonal change.